Hey everybody, it's Kevin here with Crank and Bang Outdoors, and I've decided I'm going to start doing some videos, hopefully every week. Post them on like Thursdays or Fridays. Haven't really decided which one yet. It could fluctuate. And here on Crank and Bang Outdoors, I'm going to start doing some how-to videos and stuff, as well as fishing trips and hunting trips. So today I decided I wanted to do something about trout fishing, since here in Harford County on Deer Creek is where I'm going to be fishing. The opening day of trout is this weekend, this Saturday. So I'm going to show you how most people are going to be fishing for trout out on the creek. Let's get to it. So as far as setups go for your rod and reel, you want to go very light. A lot of people use something called ultralight. Google it, and it's just basically a very light, flimsy rod. Usually people put like 4-pound test tackle or 4-pound test line on it. So I use a 1000 series reel. To be specific, this is a Penn Battle. This is 1000 is usually the smallest size reel that a company will make. And then this is a very general purpose rod for me, so I actually have 10-pound braid on it. The rod is a medium action, but again, you can use ultralight, which is a very slow action. So I'm going to show you how I put a leader on the braid to use it for trout, and then I'm going to show you how to rig that up. Alright, so let's get started on the terminal tackle. What I like to use for a leader, since I'm using braid, is 4-pound test fluorocarbon. I'm a big believer in fluorocarbon, especially when a fish with good eyesight like a trout can see your line for a long time and it's not just a reaction strike. So 4-pound fluorocarbon, you could probably go up to 8-pound. If you're not fishing with braid, generally you'll want your line on your reel and everything to be no more than 10 pounds. Then it might not be a whole lot of fun anymore. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what's called a split shot weight. Basically, this is a pack of little water gremlin sinkers. Again, they're called split shots. They basically clip onto your line, right onto your leader. You pinch them down on it. I'll show you kind of one here up close. You see that'll pinch down on your line, and that's your weight. So it's real simple. Alright, next thing I'm going to show you is your hooks. These are just real simple little laser sharp size 8 hooks. They got a bait holder on them. They're offset, just a simple offset J hook. Offset basically means that there's a bend sideways in the hook and it'll catch a fish's mouth a lot easier. So buy a whole bunch of those. I tried to buy them in bulk, but they didn't have any more left at the store. I guess everyone came in and took them all. And then what you're going to use for your bait, most of the time, this has become real popular, is these little Berkeley Powerbait pellets. Basically, you'll see inside there, they're just little, kind of little cylinders, and you just throw them right on your hook. Trout love them things. Get them in a bright color. I don't know if they sell them in any dark colors, but those stock trout especially really seem to love bright colors. I don't know if it's curiosity or what. And here we have some smaller ones. Maybe if the bite gets tough, for you just want to kind of switch it up. Some little smaller green ones. These are called trout nibbles. You can use worms for bait. I have used worms and had them work in pond situations where the water's not moving. Some people even use corn and have had corn work, again, because of the bright colors. I don't know if it has anything to do with that. There's some nutritious value to the corn. So I mean, I've heard people use wax worms, but Powerbait has really taken the trout fishing industry around here by storm when you're fishing with bait. So that's going to be the terminal tackle right there, and I'm going to show you how to rig it up. Right now, I just joined my leader, my 4-pound fluorocarbon leader, to my 10-pound braided main line, and again it's like that because I use that this rod and reel combo for a lot of different fishing, and I'll kind of do a review on the setup and show you how I did it and how well it works. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off about 7 to 10 feet of fluorocarbon off the fluorocarbon spool. Alright, I'm going to set that spool of fluorocarbon to the side. And I've got the end of my fluorocarbon there. Nice and clear. Fish won't see that. 4-pound fluorocarbon. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie one of these hooks onto the end of my fluorocarbon with an improved clinch knot, and I'll put links in the description or in the video here on how to tie these knots. So I'm going to turn the camera off while I tie the knot real quick, and I'll come back. So now I've got my tiny little size 8 hook there tied on to the other end of my leader. One end of my leader, again, my 4-pound fluorocarbon leader, is tied to my braid main line, and the other end is tied to my hook. The next thing you're going to want to do is take these little split shot weights here, take one of them, go maybe like 2 feet up your main line, and you're just gonna take it, it's hard to show on the camera, and put your on your leader a couple feet up from the hook and clamp it down on your line. Alright, there you go. They just clamp on like that, and see that back end? Squeeze that with your teeth, then you can just take it right back off. I don't know how safe it is to put lead in your mouth like that, but that's how I do it. Hook, line, and sinker. It doesn't get any more simple than that. Next, you're going to take your little trout nuggets, or your Powerbait nuggets, open them up, take one out, and just hook it in there real good. Best as you can. You can even hide the hook in there if you want to. When you set the hook, the hook will come through nice and easy. Like that. As far as weight goes, you want enough weight that it keeps it on the bottom, but you don't want too much weight that it just sits there. You want to be casting upstream and letting it drift downstream. If you're fishing a pond, the way I've seen most people do it in a pond or still water, take a bobber and put it however many feet up the line from your sinker. Put it, the distance between your sinker and your bobber is the depth that you want your bait to be at. So in review, because I'm fishing with a braided main line, my braid connected to my fluorocarbon, my 4-pound fluorocarbon leader right there with an Albright knot. Then you'll have about 7 feet or so of your fluorocarbon leader. You pinch on your little split shot weight, or however many split shot weights you need to use to keep it on the bottom and steadily moving down the stream. And then about 3 feet from that, you've got Powerbait on a little hook there. And again, use whatever bait you want. Worms, I've seen corn work before. Wax worms, they'll eat it. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you dig it, like, comment, subscribe, and come back and check us out next week. Hopefully we'll have a good trout catching video up online from the creek. Crank and Bang Outdoors, Kevin signing off.